Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, but it is time for Karla's Corner. I know folks out there, she hasn't been here in like 6 to 7 weeks, right?
It's been like 3.
We have moved the show. Why did we move the show to Thursday? You have some explaining to do. I got to get out of the way. There's 2 things you need to explain to the audience. Where have you been? You know, we don't know how Christmas went. We don't know how New Year's went. We don't know how anything is going. And you need to really bring us up to speed. That's number 1. And number 2, why did we change things to Thursday? I mean, come on, explain to your audience out there. You have an audience.
Well, I've been on Christmas vacation, relaxing. I know you don't know about these things, like how to like take some time off and relax and regroup and refresh yourself. Did that for a couple weeks. And then we had to move things to Thursday because like I keep missing regular meetings that happen on Tuesdays because I'm here. And then we've added more meetings on Tuesdays and all the stuff just happens on Tuesdays.
So Tuesday's the meeting day?
It's really a bad, and then if we have business connections, it becomes a super long day for me because I'm here early in the morning. And then, well, it just works. I never have anything on Thursdays.
Oh, it's just Thursdays, just nothing's happening.
And Thursdays are good because we always go over stuff that's happening on the weekends, and it's like right before the weekend. So
it's just like you go over it and boom, it's right there.
Yeah.
Like on Tuesday, you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
So like when you say wait for it.
And it gives me like a
so
couple
Tuesday
days to
you
get
say
ready.
wait for it, and then Thursday you say boom.
Yeah, and like I was.
You a couple days to get ready? Is that what it does?
Yeah, it does. It helps.
You know, I've been with you a couple years.
Why do you ask me questions?
Because you keep saying things like, you know, I need a couple days to get ready. Like I've been with you a couple years now. This is like we're going into our 3rd season.
Yeah,
I mean, and so I know how you're perfecting what.
My skill.
Oh, skill. Okay, I didn't know we were working on that.
Perfecting it.
So football game didn't go. Oh, have we answered all the questions like where you been and what you're doing? And
yeah.
Okay, are you over your football game Monday night yet?
Yes.
Are you over it?
Yes.
No, that was a resounding yes.
Bittersweet. I mean,
bittersweet.
It was just bittersweet. I mean, what can you say? I mean, you have a semi-final championship where they go into double overtime against the Heisman Trophy quarterback. That's an amazing game.
Amazing.
Then you have the national championship where everybody assumed that Alabama was going to just, show all of our flaws. And instead we held our own into an overtime. Just saying.
Boy, that is a true Georgia fan comment.
No, it's true. They played well. They did a great job. It's been a great season. Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Great season. Pat them on the back. Do better next year, boys. I'm with you. Why are you looking at me?
You don't deserve to be wearing red or have that hat on this desk. I'm taking that with me when I leave.
I'm with you. I'm with you. It's just I love the fanned explanation.
What? Alabama played well. They brought out their secret. Did you see that Alabama's quarterback has switched schools? Has put in for a transfer?
Did he put in a transfer?
Yeah.
Did I hear Washington or
Jalen Hurst? Yeah, he's no.
Our other quarterback is Washington.
Easton's going to Washington.
Yeah. Jalen Hurst saw that freshman quarterback come out the national championship. He's like, finding me a new place to go.
So did he? I heard him talking, but has he actually done that?
He's put in for a transfer. I don't know what school. I didn't see that yet this morning, but all that happened late last night, I think.
Yeah, he needs to go.
So it's going to be an interesting season. You've got several schools have got new coaches for next year. You've got UCF's entire staff has moved to another place. I mean, it's going to be a hot, fun year. And we're playing Louisiana or LSU at LSU, which is always a tough game. Playing LSU at home is hard.
Well, you know what? I will say this. What did you think when the freshmen came in the game?
I was like, this doesn't surprise me.
Okay. Because as soon as the second half started and the freshmen came out to play, okay, I said, and Saban put in a couple freshmen. He took out Scarborough, put in a freshman for him. I forget his name. But anyhow, when this freshman quarterback from Hawaii, I can't pronounce his name, comes in, very first offensive set there in the second half. I looked over at Lisa and I said, this is a problem. This is a problem. I said, because here's a storyline. Freshman comes in, second half, wins the game. I said, this is a problem. I mean, from the minute the second half kicked.
I told Charlie the whole week, I said, this will be a second half game. I said, these two know each other so well that they're going to have to find a way to beat the other one, and in order, Kirby Smart and Nick Saban, that they're going to kind of just see what each other is doing that first half, and then they're going to make adjustments.
Well, I will say this. I will say this for Georgia fans while we're talking about it, because I know you stayed up right to the end.
I sure did. And
I'll say this for Georgia fans. There should be no reason to be discouraged. I'm not a Mark Richt hater. I'm not a hater, but I said several years into Mark Richt's career at Georgia, he had to go. I said that for several years. Kirby Smart, second year in, his recruiting, you realize this is his recruiting team. When Eason went out, Eason was recruited by Mark Richt. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Fromm is his recruit. Okay, so I said, this guy is a master at recruiting. All right, you're just now starting to see the fruits of him recruiting. Although Chubb and Sony Michel were there, and they're awesome. Okay, and I hate to see them go, and they provide us a lot of fun watching football over the last 4 years. But that being said, you are seeing the fruit of Kirby Smart's genius in recruiting. Mm-hmm. So Georgia fans, you went to the national championship. You're going to come out ranked next year, 2 maybe. I don't know. But you're going to come out top 5 ranked, watch and see. And you better get ready to play for national championships for seveveral years. Yep. So that being said, okay.
Not disappointed at all. And
the freshman quarterback did something. Now I heard the night he was in the game, I heard 18 years old, then I heard 19. So it's irrelevant 18 or 19. It's still a kid, okay? He did something in that last play with that much pressure after that sack that was just so mature. When he looked that safety off long enough to know.
Okay, first off, we busted the play, and there were calls that weren't called. He got lucky. Okay.
When he looked that safety off to the right of the field long enough to know he could not get back across the field, then he threw a rope. That was, I didn't root for Alabama, okay? I did not. But that was as mature as anybody could have handled that final play of the game. There you go. So I know you got all. I watched all of them.
You know what my most biggest disappointment out of that game was? Believe it or not, was all the Chaney haters. Our offensive coordinator, all these people got on Twitter like after the game, were like, "Fire Chaney, we hate Chaney." I'm like,
right. You're playing for the national championship.
He was amazing. He was calling amazing plays. And then I'm sitting here thinking, obviously all these haters don't remember the age of Mike Bobo. They obviously do not.
Put it out there, girl.
They do not remember those days. I mean, I can remember sitting in front of a TV going, it's okay. Don't worry. He's going to call the same play the next 3 plays. Good job, Mike Bobo. Way to be creative.
I don't think the guy in the booth is the reason why Nick Chubb and Sony Michel could not get over 130, or they could not combine for over 130 yards rushing.
But it was
perfect. Nick Chubb gets 25 yards that he, on those same plays in other games, was rushing 130,
but he did it strategically. Yards. I'm going to give them what they want. I'm going to throw them the bone down the middle, just to haul them in, and then mix it up. Like, you have to do that, and that was an amazing play call.
Disappointed in the officiating. We got to go on with this. Well, when Fromm was tackled, and then the kid pushed Fromm's helmet back down.
That was ridiculous.
You can't tell me there wasn't enough officials to see that. Second, number 48, I forget his name. This is not officiating. I lost it for Nick Saban the other night. Now, for Georgia fans out there that I know you don't love Nick Saban, you don't like Nick Saban.
I'm a Georgia fan, but I think Nick Saban is one of my favorite people.
Wait a minute.
As a person.
But I lost it. I lost it for him. Yeah, but I lost it for him when number 48 came off the field and start fighting with his players and went after his coach. I don't care what's happened, and Saban should have sent him to the locker room. I'm sorry. That he went back in the game. I've talked to a lot of my friends that he went back in the game. Cantley dropped a lot for me with Nick Saban, so we'll leave it at that.
I like him as a person, not a coach. Like, he cracks me up on camera. He is one of the most funniest, sarcastic people I've ever watched on camera, and I think he's hilarious. But the second highlight, my biggest highlight of the game was watching Nick Saban cry at the end of the game.
Well,
I enjoyed that.
Here's the thing. I've
may
watched,
have been happy tears, but it was funny.
Excuse me. I've watched the replays. I've watched the replays, and one thing that really, several things that bothered me is like the block punt was not offsides. It was not offsides. Okay, that snap was gone before anybody crossed. I mean, I've watched all of those, so
I have friends that have watched this game over and over and over.
Yeah, I can understand. We probably, since you haven't been here in 6 to 7 weeks, we probably should.
Well, my first thing I want to talk about is New Year's resolutions. Did you make any New Year's resolutions? Are you not a New Year, New Me person?
No, you didn't. Wait a minute. Slow down. Did you say that to me? Like, New Year, New Me person? You're not a... Okay. So, yeah, I am.
Have you met Brian, Karla?
So, one of Brian's New Year's
She wants to know if you met me.
Is there ever a new me in his world?
What?
Right? Yes.
Wait a minute. What did you say? Sam was saying something, and you were saying... So, what did you say?
I said one of your New Year's resolutions is going to be to get a haircut. Yes.
I'm not getting a haircut.
Yes. Okay. So,
why? Because you keep asking.
Because you look like Anita signed the Declaration of Independence.
That works.
Okay. Anyway.
So you say I resemble that guy a little?
Yes, you look exactly. Like, there's a way. Hold on. Well, I don't want to get up because Sam will get mad at me if I get up. But you look exactly like the guy on the front of that. I mean, who is that? Like Adams or Jefferson or who? Which one? Which
okay, move on. New Year's resolutions. So, you have some because I have a New Year's resolution.
My New Year's resolution for us is we're gonna get a new card and a new background, and we're gonna change some things up. And so I noticed you friended me on Snapchat. I know you're like, wait, what? Did I do that?
All right, let's hear more. I don't know where this is going, folks. It always makes me nervous.
So on Snapchat, you got those Bitmojis. And so I had saw that I found a couple of really cool Bitmojis with our little Bitmoji people together. I'm waiting on Sam to come back so she can show you my Bitmoji peoples. I got a couple, though, that I found that maybe we can use. That's the one she's going to show. But, like, I can't show this to the audience, but Sam's going to pull them up in a minute. So we got our little, they're like, I can't say this word, caricatures. They're like caricatures. I can't say that word, of us. So if we don't want ones of us where it's actually like a picture of us, we could do caricatures. Sam, do you yeah, there it is.
What is this? So
we can,
like, what does that say?
It says good morning. So here, I got one. You can see it up close. That's what it looks like.
Okay, and that's supposed to be you and me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the next one? Oh my gosh.
So, but there's more. I just sent this one to Sam to show our audience. But we could like throw our FYN TV logo on that, a little chamber logo in the corner, and
I'd have to get a haircut if I'm gonna have to get a haircut.
Yeah, and we both know neither one of us are that skinny, so it's okay. In caricature world, you can be whatever size you want to be. So that was an idea, but I think one of our, that's why I kept this black background, because this is our old background. I know you hate it. You hate it. So goals for this year is we're going to get a new background.
Okay.
And we're going to get a new card. And we can either do a picture or we can do, and I'm not doing a picture with you until you get your haircut. So we may end up going with this little caricature person, people, Bitmoji thing until you get a haircut. So those are some ideas, but those are my resolutions for us. Now I have some resolutions for the viewers for things that they can do and Ellijay and put on their resolution list. One big one is hike the Appalachian Trail. You don't have to do the whole thing, just like you could do the Springer Mountain portion that's here, or the approach trail at Emmacola Falls. So put that on your bucket list. You should also visit the Bigfoot Museum. Put that on your bucket list. Pick apples. If you've never picked apples, that should definitely be on your New Year's resolutions, is to go pick apples. Hike the Bear Creek Trail to the Gannett Poplar and see the Gannett Poplar tree. Put that on your list. Take a selfie at the Cohutta Overlook. If you've never been up on the Cohutta Overlook, I mean, you're just surrounded like by beautiful mountain views. You should definitely check that out. Kayak Carter's Lake. If you never, I did that last year. That was on my New Year's resolutions last year, and I did it. This was also on my New Year's resolutions last year, and I did it. Tube both the Cartacay and the Kusawati River, so you can get a feel of both of those rivers. You can tube both of those with our tubing companies. They'll open starting in May. See a performance at the new Playhouse. If you haven't been yet, they have a performance this Saturday. Jerry Farber and Friends, it's a comedian set. They'll have 3 different comedians performing. You can still get tickets at Gilmer Arts. Or taste some local wines. If you haven't tried...
Somehow I figured
every time. I'm going to get this in. Every time.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't tried our local wines, you should. That should be on the bucket. Now, if you don't like wine, okay. But it should be on your bucket list if you like wine, to try some local wines. So that was like my list of New Year's resolutions that you could have for things to do here that you may have never done before, or you've said, oh, I'm going to do that someday, and you've not done it yet. So how many of those on that list have you done?
No, I'm more concerned about the double standard.
The double standard?
I want to talk about the double standard. You ready? No, I want to talk about the double standard. Now,
what's a double standard?
Stay with me. The resolutions that's done over with. There's your New Year's resolution.
I don't know, but it is smoking hot in this joint.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a question.
Are you cold? Because if you're cold, that means that you're running a fever.
Can I finish?
Sure.
Okay. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people. Let me finish before anybody interrupts in the sound room or the production room or Karla. Now, do I say in 3 years, how many times have you had a different haircut? Just try to answer the question.
I take care of my hair regularly. I colored it over the holidays.
Oh, so you color it?
Yeah, I colored it over the
holidays.
But
you've had different haircuts over the 3 years?
Yes, I'm growing my hair out right now.
Okay,
I gotta get it trimmed now. Okay. It's time.
Okay, but wait. Are
you
a man or are you a woman?
Oh, wait a minute. Now there's
men get their hair cut regularly. Females can grow their hair out long.
But it doesn't stop. I still go regularly and get it done.
Exactly.
That's not the point. That's not the point. So these ladies in here know that I have never looked at one of them and said, you need a haircut. I've never looked at you and said, when are you getting a haircut? Never. Never have I said that.
I'm sorry, do
if you
look
decide,
like we need to sign the Declaration of Independence, or are we maintaining a stylish profile?
No, I want to know because, all right, now, I'm not...
He says he's not getting a haircut until President Trump gives him an interview.
So...
Oh, Lord, he's going to look like Merlin when this is over.
So anyhow, when your wife goes out and gets a haircut and she comes in, one, she doesn't ask. She shouldn't have to. She doesn't ask to get a haircut. She doesn't say, I'm getting a haircut. You never should look at your wife and say, I think you need a haircut, right?
Charlie tells me all the time, Charlie, your roots are growing out. You need to get some color.
All right, well, Charlie, we got to talk. So you never say anything, right? So she comes home, she's got a haircut, and then there's the, you ready? What do you think question. Do you like my hair?
Oh, I consult Charlie before I do it.
So no matter what you walk in, short hair, long hair, colored, highlights, you have out there, guys, absolutely no choice but to say, I love it. It looks great.
No, he's called me out before.
Really?
He didn't like when I cut all my hair off.
Okay, well, Charlie, you got to work.
We have a very different relationship. I look at him and I tell him he needs a haircut. Like when it starts doing his little Grinch curl.
You know what I'm going to do?
Get a haircut?
No, I'm going to get a perm.
Oh, please get a perm. Then you'll really look like George Washington.
No, I'm going curly. That's why I'm growing it out, so I can grow curly perm. Go 70s with the curly perm.
Remember in the 70s, all the white people that tried to have froze and it didn't work?
Okay, anyhow. So, other than New Year's resolution, is there anything going on this week or things going on that we need to know about?
the winter things to do.
Oh wow, you're getting like really
See,
like cute.
I'm getting good at this. So right now we've got this list,
and we have winter's things to do.
Yeah. So we've got this list on our website. It's things to do in the winter. It's a great list of activities.
So that's on the website.
Yes.
So if people go to the website gilmerchamber.com.
Yes.
They will find winter things to do.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So we have a list of great activities for the winter. One of them is to snuggle up in a cabin by a fire or in a hot tub.
Ooh.
I'm all about winter fires. I don't know about you, but I'm all about curling up. I mean, we've not had, honestly, we had, 2 weeks of really cold weather. So I enjoy that part of winter. Sip your favorite latte at Georgia's cutest coffee shop, Ellijay Coffee House. Visit them. Take advantage of the winter views. I don't know if you know this, but hiking in the winter and early spring are my favorite times to go hiking. You don't get all hot and sweaty because it's cool outside. You can see great views. Like if you do the Mata High Trail at Carter's Lake right now, you can see the dam. Normally there's too many trees in the summer to see it because they're blocking the view of the dam, but you'll get to see the dam. If you're up on Springer Mountain, you're going to get to see some amazing views up there. So winter is by far one of my favorite times to go hiking because you get better views. Cozy up by the fire at a tasting room. Sip wine. I actually shared Carter K Vineyards, had their little wood burning stove going the other day and telling everybody come warm up. We already had the New Year's activities, but I will mention this. Bigfoot Museum. Great indoor activity, cold weather activity.
Yes, indoor cold weather activity. I agree with that.
We featured a blog on our favorite stews and soups. And so we highly recommend you checking that list out and go visit one of our restaurants and try some stews and soups to warm you up. We have some.
Can you say stews and soups?
Stews and soups. Stews
3
and
times.
Soups, stews and soups. Yeah. Go shopping. We have several local businesses that have handmade items that are great for, one of the items I say is a must get in the winter is Green Willow Soap's oatmeal soap. It's great for eczema, for winter eczema. It's a great product to go pick up downtown. Stay warm with some fresh apple cider. We have several apple houses that are open and you can still go get apple cider, and nothing is more amazing than sipping some warm apple cider. And then we actually recommend you return later this year for some fun. We have a great video on that blog that gives you all kinds of reasons to come back throughout the year. So
there's a year-long video, and you have all there. You go to gilmerchamber.com and you look at all the winter events, folks. They keep that up. You also can click on the calendar. There's a complete calendar of events when things are going on. That's at gilmerchamber.com. If you ever want to stop and visit, they're on the northbound side of 515. Big green sign that says Gilmer Chamber Welcome Center. Stop in and say hello. Got a great staff in there that can help you with any of your needs. If you're interested in the activities or anything going on in Gilmer County, you can stop and check it out there. We only have a minute or two, and I don't like to leave it. It's the first of the year. How are the girls doing first of the year?
They're doing great. I did want to mention one more thing. Tomorrow is the deadline to register for our annual meeting.
Oh, deadlines, folks.
Yeah, tomorrow's the deadline. So if you want to come to our annual meeting, which is where we announce the member of the year, the business of the year, and the citizen of the year, you need to make sure to register for that event. Tomorrow's the deadline. So I just wanted to mention that.
And they get a haircut for that event. Be nice, huh?
But you can register on our website, so if you need to do that.
Well, I'm glad to see you're doing well after the Alabama game
New year,
and Christmas.
Leaving all the bad stuff in the past.
Leaving all the bad stuff. 2018, Karla's resolutions, go hiking. I do say that it is a great time of year to get out and experience the mountains because the foliage is off the trees and you're able to see for miles and miles, right?
Yep.
I have a question.
Sure.
I did not see any pictures posted. We have to go. Did people bypass the little polar plunge January 1st?
No, I shared pictures on our Explore
Did I miss
Facebook.
them?
They had about, I think, 50 people, I think is what I saw.
Oh my gosh,
but
I got up that day.
The cold
oh yeah, I got up that day.
Off the lake. It was, whew.
I got up that day and I said, this polar plunge thing, you know, if it was 50, 55, and people go out there and jump in, you know, it could be fun.
But it was like -5.
Yeah. And they still had about 50
something.
jump in.
There was the blog that, or the post that I shared kind of said like how many people came and everything, but the owners of Facing East Yoga, they went and did it, and then one of our vendors, Jana Rice, her and her family, they did it.
Folks, if you did that, I mean, I wish you well, but, you know, I say this nicely.
And for those of y'all that know what we're talking about, the polar bear plunge, or I'm sorry, the black bear plunge is an event at Fort Mountain State Park. They host it on New Year's Day every year where people run into the lake at Fort Mountain State Park on New Year's Day. And it is typically very, very, very cold.
And those 50 people that did that, I wish you well, but you're wondering what's wrong with me? Really?
They probably get haircuts.
Yes, I'm your host, BKP. Don't forget, Karla's Korner now is every Thursday at 8:30, and you heard from her yourself that she's going to be prepared. It's a day where she
complete
can
overhaul.
Ready, overhaul. Everything's new this year for the show. I'm your host, BKP. GilmerChamber.com. Visit their website today. We'll be back right after these messages. Take us to breaks now.